Hooray! You've decided to run Pinterest ads, but are they working? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, my name is Carrie from K&B Digital. I'm a Pinterest and digital marketing strategist. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I help you make more money with Pinterest with less hustle. So, hooray! You've made that leap and you are now running Pinterest ads. I'm so proud of you. But now that they're running, what do you do? First thing you're going to want to do after setting up ads is do not touch your ads for 2 weeks. Let Pinterest gather the data it needs so that you can make informed decisions. So just set them up and walk away. Come back, not necessarily come back in 2 weeks. Check them in a day or two to make sure that they've been approved and that the budget is spending. But other than that, do not touch your ads. The second thing we're going to do is after 2 weeks have come and gone, the very first thing we're going to look at is your click-through rate. The average on Pinterest is 0.55%. If your ad or ads are at 0.55, you're off to a good start. 0.55 to 1 is average. Anything from 1 to 1.5 is really pretty good. 1.5 to 2% is fantastic. Anything over 2% is a unicorn, and keep it going. If the click-through rate is below the 0.55%, you're going to want to check your ad creative. The CTR stands for click-through rate, and this is the very first thing that people see when they're on Pinterest. It looks like a pin in their feed. You want to make sure that it's engaging and has a really good title that grabs their interest. How many pins did you set up initially? Usually when I set up a Pinterest ad, I like to start with 4 pins. And then after 2 weeks, I come back and look at those 4 pins. It could be that your CTR is just low because 1 or 2 of the pins weren't performing well. So you can easily turn those 2 off. And if you have 2 higher performing pins, once you turn those 2 off, that leaves 2 pins left that are going to increase your click-through rate, and it should increase by the next week. And then the other thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you're running at least 2 ads. It is not 2 ads, but have 2 pins. It is Pinterest's best practices to have at least 2 pins running. If your CTR is low, this should be your plan of attack. You need to change out that pin creative because people are not resonating with your designs. It could be the images, it could be a combination of the title is not urging them to click over. So what I would do is 1, play with the title. Look at, is it inspirational? Is it intriguing enough? You're giving things away. What am I going to find on the other side that is going to help me live my best life with your product or service or course, whatever it is? Do the images go along with the headline? You want to make sure that all of this is cohesive. So when you do have a good headline, a good image, and then they click over, you're going to want to make sure that all goes together. Make sure that your text on your pin is large and easy to read. 85% of people are on their phones. One of the mistakes that I made recently was I had started running an ad and it had a ton of clicks. My click-through rate was over 3%, but I was not getting signups. You're like, well, how is that possible? People are clicking, but then your sales page must be really bad. But after looking at it and then asking, I showed my pins to a couple other people, and the thought that we came up with is that because people are on mobile, the title I had was catchy that intrigued people to click through, but they couldn't see what the image was. And what the image was a screenshot of a data dashboard. So what I did, I thought that the data was important, so I just really increased the size. And so my thought now is that people should be able to read the title, see what the text is about in that image, and then they'll only click if they're interested, or they're not going to really have to click for that close-up. They can just click once and then go straight to the sales page. So that could be a reason too, where they need that close-up to see what's on your pin. So that's why I suggest that your text be large. The other thing that I like is to add a button. And now realistically, you can't click on a button within a pin, but you're going to click on it and it's going to click on the whole pin. So I like to have a very bright colored pin that says sign up and download, buy me, learn more, any call to action that is going to inspire the person. Like, what do I need to do next? I see this fantastic, catchy headline and a really cool picture. What should I be doing? You need to tell me. So tell me, do I download, sign up? What is it? The next thing is you're going to want to make sure that the pin and the landing page match. Just to give you a really off example would be like 5 tools you need for your kitchen. And then they click over and it's lawnmower equipment or something. And something that's a very disjointed example. But the point is you want to have the image that is inspirational. What are they going to see on the other side? And then actually deliver it. You're going to have that whole cohesive strategy. If people are looking for a certain product or they have a certain problem, you want to show them that you are the person that's going to solve it and what is life going to be like after they buy your product to fix their problem. Once you have that CTR problem fixed, you would have changed out the images, let them run another week. Keep on doing this until the CTR goes up. Then the next thing you want to do is look at what are you tracking for? Are you tracking for signups or purchases? And it is at this 2-week point where you are going to want to start narrowing in on your targeting. You can do this by going to the ad group level. There is a little oval that says targeting with a drop down. You are going to want to look there, drop down. You can look at age, interests, device, locations, anything where the CTR, it's going to give you the CTR. If it's under 0.55, you're going to want to toggle those off. It may be a judgment call depending on maybe the click-through rate is slightly low, but you are getting conversions. You may want to keep it and run it longer just to test it out. The next thing you're going to want to do then is to narrow down the keywords. And you can do this in the keywords tab. I like to click over there and then sort by clicks. Anything that does not have a high click, you can click on the left-hand side, click a whole bunch of boxes, and at one time hit archive, and it is going to archive those keywords, keeping you with, if you start out with, let's say, 8,500, 200 keywords, you are going to knock out pretty quickly what's not being shown. And so you want to narrow that down ideally to the keywords that people are searching on. So Pinterest knows that, hey, when this person signs up for a chocolate cake recipe, that your gluten-free chocolate cake is what people are searching for. And then they're going to know who to serve that pin in front of. So this is narrowing down the search. This is helping Pinterest narrow down, from, it will say in the right-hand side, like you're targeting, it could potentially be targeting 1 million to 2 million people, and you really want to narrow down who you are targeting through the keywords and interests and all of those things. The thing that I do like to track is page visit, because while I am signing up, or while I'm tracking for, let's say, signups for a lead magnet, for example, I want to know page visits. I can look at how many people have clicked through. Let's say, okay, 200 people have clicked through, and I want to know out of those 200, maybe 150 landed on the page, and then narrow that down, or look at the third pieces, well, like out of those 150, how many actually signed up. And so that way you can tell if people are landing on your page, are they signing up? And a certain percentage are going to sign up, certain amount of people are going to leave. But if you are getting page visits and like 0 to no signups, there is a problem with your sales page. I would suggest starting with looking at the relevance between your pin and your sales page. Do they go together? Maybe you can change a headline, grab them in right away. Why are they here? What does your product or service or whatever it is, what does it deliver? And so this is one of the reasons why I like to use lead magnets. A lot of times, because we know the mindset of a pinner is a planner, they may not be really ready to go and purchase something. Unlike Facebook, people are impulsive. They have a lot of copy that they can read that can be used as convincing. Hey, this is why you need this product and purchase it now. Pinterest doesn't really work like that. As a pinner, as a planner, they are looking for something. They may or may not be ready to sign up right now. That is why I always like to use lead magnets and have seen more success using lead magnets rather than just throwing your money at pins to send them to a sales page and leave, and basically you've just wasted money. I like to have a lead magnet where you can capture their email address. The other thing that I like to do is once you have their email address, usually there's a thank you page. And so don't waste the opportunity on a thank you page. This is when people are highly engaged and really want to check you out. And so this is where you can create a tripwire, which is where you get these like one-time offers. Hey, for the next 10 minutes, buy my ebook that's normally $37. I'm going to give it to you for $19 if you buy now. Or if you don't want to do a tripwire and don't want to have that, scarcity tactic, you can just present your offer. Hey, you signed up for this, so then maybe you would be interested in this next product of mine, and that next product is a paid product. Having a tripwire or offering a product that can help make you sales will help counter the ad spend that you're paying. So then even if they don't buy, you still have their email address. You can do two things with that. You can, one, obviously you're going to market to them. You're going to have a email sequence set up. I hope, fingers crossed. You are going to warm them up. And so since you have their email address, you can put out or create an email sequence, which ideally should be like 5 to 7 emails, warming people up, telling why should you be listening to me? Here's the same problem that I had. This is what I did to solve it. And position yourself as that expert who's going to solve their problem. So they're more likely to buy from you. And so then by the end of the email sequence, you can do one of two things. You can be like, hey, you had this one-time chance. This is your last chance, really, that you can get this $37 ebook. It's not going to be $19 anymore because you missed that one-time offer, but you can still get it for a discounted rate of, say, $25. And then if they don't buy then, they're still on your email list. You can still continue to market to them. The other thing is if they don't want to buy and they're turned off, they're going to unsubscribe. And that way too, you can clean out your email list because you have someone that doesn't want to purchase from you. Pinterest and ads in general are just like testing. You want to make sure that you have that like combination of the ad creative, the messaging, and the product all in alignment so that when people sign up to your pin, they read their messaging and then they sign up or purchase. And the first thing, again, start with the CTR, get your ad creative in line, then start looking at what are you tracking for. Is it for signups or is it for purchases? And that's really all online marketing is: testing, tweaking, because you always, you're spending the same money, but if you can make your sales page convert better and get more sales or more signups, then you're spending your money wisely. If you want me to go deeper into how to tweak a sales page, let me know in the comments below, and that's a topic for another video because this video is getting long. If you are just getting started with Pinterest ads, I suggest you sign up for my lead magnet, which is 5 things to set up before you get started running Pinterest ads. The link to sign up will be below. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button below for new videos every Tuesday. Leave a question or comment below. Your question could be the next topic of a YouTube video. Thanks for watching.